This video is sponsored by the website builder Squarespace. This has very nice naturals, beautiful blends, very sexy. It's just like a sexy badass and really masculine, makes you feel powerful, makes you feel strong. I'm actually wearing it right now because today we're doing a bit of a strange video. It's not one that I'm sure people actually want, but I thought I'd give the spotlight to a little known brand known as Xerjoff. I'm not sure if people actually want to learn more about this brand, but I thought I'd buy a lot of their fragrances, talk about them, do a buying guide. If this video helps even just one person, then it'll be worth it, guys. Xerjoff is a brand that's based in Italy, one of the most popular niche fragrance houses actually, guys, in reality, and one of my favorite houses actually of all time. They have a good consistency and an Italian style, but a lot of different creativity, different things going on in each release as well, so it doesn't feel redundant. If you go to their official website, their Xerjoff line is broken up into different collections. Today we're going to do only the 1861 collection, the coffee break collection, and the blends collection. That is because Xerjoff is a massive brand. I'm definitely not going to be doing all the fragrances in one video just because I'm way too busy, guys. But I'm going to take my time. This is going to be part one to this series, and hopefully eventually we'll get through all the Xerjoff fragrances. Timestamps will be in the description down below. Let's begin. We'll start off with the 1861 line, which apparently is a collection meant to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Italian unification. So I'm expecting Italian styles, heritage, tributes, references to the regions, etc., etc. One of the big ones from this collection, of course, is Naxos. Naxos, of course, has featured on many review channels. It is a very famous fragrance in the brand. It is tobacco, lavender, honey, ambery, slight tonka bean, elegance, the most beautiful sillage, a beautiful special occasion scent, I would say, and one of the most beginner-friendly scents in the brand. It has that richness, it feels like it's worth the money, but it's not too challenging as well. Tobacco can be a very smoky, ashy note, but Naxos is known to be very smooth. It's a very pleasant, elegant, mature, special occasion scent, masculine overall, I would say. This is sweet, this is rich, but at the same time beautifully balanced. Spring, autumn, wintertime, I think are the three seasons, 10 hours with a medium projection. It is a masterpiece in the brand. As I said, guys, if you really want to get into the brand, this is a good place to start. It's a 10 out of 10. I said it many times, guys. I don't have to repeat myself. Let's go into the next fragrance. And in typical Omar fashion, a lot of these scents will be samples. And the great thing about Xerjoff, guys, and why you should go support them, because they give you this option to make a discovery set of your own. You can customize it, and you can basically put 4 sample sets that you want of specific fragrances and order it from the brand directly. That is what I've done, so you're gonna see the samples up close as well. And we have Xerjoff Renaissance. Now, Renaissance, I've heard some good things about for a long time. I finally got a sample. And by the way, guys, I've had these samples for at least a month now. It's been a long time to make this video because I wanted to do it justice. But Renaissance to me is a very solid freshie. This is definitely a spring and summer elegant freshie. It smells citrusy, minty, suede-like, musky, very clean, very smooth, not overly complex, but I will say it's mature and masculine. Definitely in the same style of something like Nishani's Wulong Cha. If you like that fragrance, you'll absolutely love this. This is very classy. I can't remember what the exact citrus is in here. I feel like it's a mixture of citruses. I think it's lime, orange, something like that, but it's beautiful. This is an easy to put on freshie that lasts over 8 hours. A surprisingly good performance with a medium projection. I think it's tangerine in here. It smells beautiful. It's like a very juicy, delicious, almost mouth-watering, edible citrus. This is a fantastic, fantastic freshie. I think if you want a great spring, summer, daytime signature, get Renaissance from me. This is a 9 out of 10, an absolute hit in the brand. I'm glad I discovered this. Xerjoff's Zefiro. This fragrance is quite interesting. It's a spicy, ambery sandalwood fragrance, is what I'm getting with my nose. I think it has cardamom and cinnamon in there, something like that. So I do think the amber and the sandalwood are the main players here. This smells mature, elegant, and masculine. That's kind of the constant theme of the 1861 line. But at the same time, I do think it smells quite simple. I don't think it's spectacular in the brand. It kind of falls flat compared to other releases. I feel like Renaissance and Naxos so far are better. I feel like it's simple, but it smells nicer in the air than it does up close. So I think this is a fragrance that is worth trying. See how it smells in the sillage, in the air, and see if you like it. If you want a very simple but nicely done smooth sandalwood and amber scent, you can try this. I get over 8 hours of a soft to medium projection. I think you can wear this in the autumn, winter, and springtime, so it has some good points for it there in performance and wearability. But overall, I do feel like it's one of the weaker scents in the brand that I've tried in this buying guide. I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. It is still worth trying. And lastly, in 1861 is Xerjoff's Decas. By the way, guys, I have no idea if I'm actually pronouncing these names correctly. I'm not Italian. I'm just trying my best here, guys. But Decas, anyways, let's talk about it. This is mainly a benzoin fragrance. This is a resinous amber fragrance, so resin from trees in Africa. Other notes like frankincense, benzoin, you have myrrh as well, that kind of family. So this is a benzoin and frankincense fragrance from what I remember from the notes. And it has a prominent mandarin note in the opening as well from what I remember, but it kind of goes away very quickly. This is more of a benzoin fragrance. So a little bit animalic, loud, ambery, a little bit, yeah, quite mature again. Mature and masculine as well is what I'd say. And simplistic. I think the animalic nature of it and the one-dimensional aspect of this fragrance kind of limits it. It kind of makes the fragrance feel lackluster. If you want to experience that resinous style, the frankincense, Middle Eastern resinous notes with the benzoin in here, animalic amber is what you're going to get with this fragrance. Animalic, amber, woody. Okay, keep repeating so you guys kind of get the idea of this fragrance, but it's simplistic. I think the ingredients here are nice, but the blend is just a bit boring and a little bit challenging as well. I think a lot of people won't like this. It has great performance over 8 hours with at least medium projection. It's quite a good projector. I think it's going to be a spring, autumn, wintertime fragrance. I wouldn't wear this in the summer personally. So Decas is cool if you want to experience benzoin in a prominent fashion. It's quite an interesting note. But overall, I'm going to give this a 6.5 out of 10. Not one of my favorites. Instead of just watching Xerjoff buying guide videos, guys, why don't you create your own reviews for fragrances on your own website using today's sponsor, Squarespace. Squarespace is the place to go if you want to make premium looking websites with the ease of click and drag and being able to use AI nowadays to be able to make the website of your dreams through answering a few simple questions. Squarespace is the place to go if you want to make your own fragrance review website, you want to make your own blog, you want to make your own merchandise and sell it there, you want to offer your services to people, you want to book appointments. Squarespace does it all. It's versatile, it's premium, it's easy to use, and you guys can try it out for free using our link in the description down below as well as in the pinned comment. And then when you want to make your first purchase with Squarespace, go ahead and use discount code School of Scent at checkout to get 10% off your first purchase. Thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. If you guys are looking to make your own dream website, go ahead and use them, guys. By using our link down below, you are supporting School of Scent as well. Let's continue the buying guide. Next, let's do the Coffee Break collection, which has 3 fragrances, and I don't think there's much to this collection for the story. I think it's just like, yeah, they want to make some coffee fragrances. I think all 3 have coffee. I'm sorry, Xerjoff people, if you're watching this, I'm not doing you the brand justice, but you know, I'm trying to summarize here. This is Xerjoff's Golden Dallah. I remember one viewer always recommending this phrase. He keeps saying, try it out, and eventually I finally got to try it, and I can see why. This is nice. This to me is cardamom, woody ambers with black coffee as a note with a hint of hazelnut. I think hazelnut was a note in there, which I'm kind of getting a little bit. But overall, this is a spicy woody amber with a coffee gourmand aspect, but it's not like a milky coffee, as I said, it's a black coffee. Intense, masculine, and just really creative gourmand perfumery. To me, this smells really sexy. If you like woody, spicy amber, let's say you like Le Mid Love in the designer realm, you want to upgrade to something gourmand, more creative for the woody, spicy amber DNA, try out Golden Dallah. I think this just smells super sexy. I know there's an oud note in here, but I'm not getting it particularly. I think it might be a tiny amount of oud in there that kind of gives it that longevity and extra woodiness in there, but it smells very sexy, woody, musky. It really just gets better and better even in the dry down. I kind of wish the projection was a little bit more. I know with samples it can be skewing for your perception of performance for a fragrance, but I try to apply, you know, a fair amount, you know, a good amount, and I felt like I was getting maybe soft to medium projection, and I was just about getting 8 hours. I just feel like for the price, if I was paying full price for this anyways, I would say, you know, I wanted to be a bit more convinced by the performance, but I think this fragrance, often you can find it at discounters for an incredible price. If you're paying less than £150 or paying less than 175 bucks for Golden Dallah, I think you're getting an absolute steal. It's absolutely worth it. I would wear this fragrance in the spring, autumn and winter time. This is unisex leaning masculine. I give this a 9 out of 10, a really good start in the Coffee Break collection. 37.9% of people who watch School of Scent are subscribed to us. If you guys really want to see our channel grow, go ahead and click subscribe. Let's get that number to 40%. Thank you. Then we have Xerjoff's Golden Moka. This to me is Golden Dallah, but make it a little bit less woody, a little bit more creamy, and a little bit more floral. So I feel like there's a slight rose note in here. I think that's in the note breakdown. And instead of the black coffee being there, it's almost as if it became a white Americano. It's not extremely milky, it's not a latte, guys, but it's like a splash of milk and a splash of creaminess has been added to this DNA. And because of the florals as well, I feel like this is now unisex, leaning a little bit feminine. It's quite sexy still. I still prefer Golden Dallah, but I think this is really great. Otherwise, I would say it's similar in all other aspects. I would give this an 8.5 out of 10. Still really sexy. It is a variation on that original idea in Golden Dallah. And lastly, Xerjoff's Golden Green. Now, interestingly, I don't really see anyone talking about this fragrance. This is less focused on the coffee aspect, in my opinion, of something like Golden Dallah. It's now more focused on the spices, the woods. Fruitiness is here as well. I'm getting a fruity aspect. I think there's a juniper berry note in here, which gives it a slight fresh aromatic gin and tonic vibe, and a leatheriness. It feels more playful, less gourmand, more of a signature. I wear it in the same seasons as well, and I'm getting over 8 hours of medium projection. I think there's a slight leathery touch in here as well. I feel like this is the woody spicy gourmand that's focusing more on the woody spiciness. But what I really like about this fragrance is the dry down. I feel like the dry down in this fragrance becomes very patchouli heavy, musky, really sexy, woody. I feel like this has the best dry down out of the three. That kind of puts this above the other two in my opinion. If Golden Dallah just performed a little bit better, maybe the sample doesn't do it justice and the full sprays, but I feel like this performs better, has a better dry down. I feel like this is just criminally underrated. I feel like you can see it online really cheap. I think less than £130 sometimes. So that is really cheap for this. I think this is worth full price actually anyways. But for that price, guys, go ahead, try a sample, see if you like it, and consider buying a bottle of this, because this is really sexy, a creative, woody, spicy, playful DNA that I think might just be the best out of the Coffee Break collection. I'll give this a 9.5 out of 10. And lastly, the blends collection. So I kind of see this as Xerjoff being more experimental. They're collaborating in the more musical side of industry, and you see some big names that I'm going to mention obviously in a second that are collaborating with, which is quite interesting. They're creating new ideas with this collection here. First fragrance that started this all was group Xcape. Now I remember this fragrance getting a lot of marketing about being like sound waves or something like that. It was meant to be like a new kind of idea. I don't know, I think they had some app connection or something like that with this fragrance. So it was meant to be like a music meets fragrance kind of collaboration. And I would say this fragrance is interesting. Okay, so this is overall a spicy, patchouli, ambery fragrance that has a very intense, powdery, soapy muskiness that I think is coming from the mimosa note that's in there. This is a bit of a mess of a fragrance in my opinion. I remember, seeing the marketing for this, and then I don't think this got the best reviews, and I can see why. This is a bit of a clumsy mess in the blend. The soapiness, the muskiness, powderiness is just too intense, and it just doesn't smell very attractive. I would say this is unisex and being a bit feminine because of that potential mimosa note. I feel like they just went a little bit too heavy with that mimosa and just made that weird smelling fragrance. Not Xerjoff's best work. I think, the performance is fantastic on this actually. This is easily over 8 hours with a, I think, medium to loud projection or something like that. So there's no problem with that, but it's one of the, I think probably the only fragrance from Xerjoff I've ever worn that I actually felt annoyed having this on. This kind of offended me. I didn't want full wearing. The others, I think I did at least 2 full wearings for all of them. But this, I think, after I did one full wearing, I can only do like 1 spray. It's strong, but I don't like this. To me, this is a 5 out of 10. I would say, don't wear this in the summertime, wear it in all other seasons, but 5 out of 10, it's not their best work. You can try it still if you want, if you're intrigued, but this is probably my least favorite Xerjoff that I've smelled ever. And then we have a really interesting collaboration by Xerjoff with Tony Iommi, who is the lead guitarist of Black Sabbath. I think it's a really cool concept to collaborate with a big musician like Tony. And I'm not going to show you the sample of this fragrance because I actually already had a sample previously that we used it for a previous video with myself and Sam Macer. That is the original Tony Iommi Monkey Special. I both really like that fragrance. We've said some good things in that video we did together.
I don't know if we're going to go on that. So I like this the best out of all the things we've smelled here so far. So maybe we could say like 9-ish.
This is a very sexy, badass fragrance. This is dark, intense. I can see a rock star wearing this fragrance in his night shows, in the evening, just feeling like a badass. This is a dark, intense, loud patchouli fragrance that has supporting notes like caramel note here, boozy notes, I think there's a boozy whiskey note in here, leather, it has some sexy spices in here as well. I feel like patchouli is something you have to love with this fragrance. Patchouli is front and center in this scent, everything else is supporting. Maybe it's my sample, I don't know, it's just that I felt like patchouli was really heavy in the scent. I felt like I used to like it more when I tried it with Sam Macer. I went to Selfridges as well and I smelled it from the bottle smells very similar. So yeah, I think you have to love patchouli, like really you have to love it. If you like fragrances like Prada Midnight Train, anyone tried that, you know, really dark patchouli scents, you'll enjoy this fragrance. Because I feel like it's too focused on patchouli, and I'm a guy who loves patchouli, by the way, you know, I don't think it's the best fragrance from the brand, but I still think it's an excellent fragrance. I would wear this only in the autumn and winter time, easily over 10 hours with a loud projection. This is a beastly fragrance. This is easily a masculine scent to me as well. Overall, I'd still give this an 8.5 out of 10. Am I being unfair to this scent, guys? Have you guys tried it? Do you think I'm not describing it accurately? For me, that patchouli is just super prominent. And then the last fragrance of the part 1 of this buying guide is Tony Iommi Deified. I heard about this fragrance and I was really surprised. I thought to myself, I mean, how many fragrances are Xerjoff going to make with the same rock star? Come on now. So Xerjoff Tony Iommi Deified. I don't think I ever saw the nose, I just tried it on and I was kind of shocked by this fragrance. This is a spicy rose patchouli scent with a leathery backbone. This is more of a day and night signature, more balanced, but smells like a rock star signature badass scent. I think they've definitely nailed the concept here. This has very nice naturals, beautiful blends, very sexy. It's just like a sexy badass scent, really masculine, makes you feel powerful, makes you feel strong. I'm actually wearing it right now because I ended up buying a full bottle of it, guys, right here. That's kind of a dead giveaway as to which fragrance is my favorite out of the ones we're reviewing in this buying guide. I mean, Naxos obviously is going to be up there, but I kind of look, I mean, this packaging is also kind of insane, and they give you like a guitar pick with it as well, which is kind of insane. And there's a book that fell out, and there's the bottle there. It doesn't just look badass. I mean, I didn't buy this fragrance for the packaging necessarily, but it's actually some of the best packaging I've seen as well. It's, you know, I like the original group Xcape bottle. I'm not going to buy it though because I don't like the scent. But this, beautiful packaging. And to me, guys, this is a 10 out of 10 masterpiece. This is a signature that I think you can wear pretty much all year round. For the summertime, maybe only wear it very lightly 2 sprays in the evening, but I wore this first time ever in Spain in hot mid-20 degrees Celsius weather, and I was enjoying it greatly. Over 10 hours longevity, medium to loud projection, more balanced than the original Tony Iommi Monkey Special. I know this is an expensive scent, and I think it's absolutely worth it. Personally, I feel like this could be my personal signature. It's a little bit mature, but I don't think it's that mature. I think if you're in your 20s and up, you can rock this. If you like really intense, luxurious, niche perfumery. This just speaks to my soul, and I think this is a masterpiece. One of the best that Xerjoff's ever made. So yeah, as I said, guys, for me, this is a 10 out of 10. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm not sure if you guys actually wanted this buying guide. I was actually considering doing a Moschino buying guide instead, but let's see if I made the correct decision. Let me know your thoughts, guys, on the brand of Xerjoff in the comments down below. And let me know, should I continue this series? Should I do a part 2 where I carry on going through the collections of the Xerjoff brand? Let me know what your thoughts are, guys. And also make sure you check out Squarespace to make your dream Xerjoff review website as well, if that's what you want to make. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Make sure to check out part 2 of this series, which will be up here in the future at some point. Otherwise, it will be the Louis Vuitton buying guide. See you guys in the next one. Bye.